Good morning, all Form 1 boys and parents. I hope you are doing well. As promised yesterday, I am going to run through examples on how to actually complete what we call a cash receipts journal. I'm going to work through exercise 8 on page 44 and 45 in this video. In your textbook, exercise 8 will look like this. It starts like this, and it has some receipts that goes all the way to the bottom of page 44 that you will need to enter in the cash receipts journal. However, before we start, I want to just speak to you a little bit about a cash receipts journal. So what it is you can see that it's basically a table. If you just look at it, it's basically just a table that acts as a summary of all of the cash received from customers during a specific month. Now, every company has its own cash receipts journal, and it has a new cash receipts journal for every month. Okay, so you can see that in the heading. So this is the cash receipts journal of Ntombi Services, which is the business's name. It's for June 2006, and then it also has a number. So CRJ just stands for cash receipts journal, and this number 6 says that it's the 6th cash receipts journal for the year. And we determine this number based on the month of the year. So June is the 6th month in a year. That's why this is CRJ number 6. Then you will see the table has a few columns, and the columns will make more sense as I start to go through the transactions with you. But the first column, the documents column, this is where we will write the receipt numbers. So remember in the document that you had to work through yesterday, receipts are little documents that we issue to a customer as proof that they have paid us. We keep the duplicate receipts, and all receipts will have a number, and we will write the receipt number in here. If customers paid us with a till slip, then we will write CRR here. Remember, CRR, or cash register roll, is the abbreviation for a till slip. Then you've got a date column. Now the date refers to the date that the transaction took place. So for example, the 1st of June, then you will write a 1, or if it's the 20th of June, you'll write a 20, or whatever. But what is important is that the dates must follow on each other. So it starts from the first day of the month, or the first transaction of the month, right up until the last transaction of the month. Then in this details column, we write the person's name that paid us. Okay, so the customer that we received the money from, it will be the name that's written on the receipt. Or if it's just a till slip, then we will write what we received the money for example, services or sales. Now this column, this is quite a tricky column. It's called the analysis of receipts column. And what I've realized with my experience of teaching Form 1s and 2s is that this is the column that confuses everyone. Okay, so my way of explaining this column is I say that this column is sort of like your till. Okay, like the till of the business. So all of the money that we receive will go into our till. And then at the end of the day, we will bank our till, or we will cash up our till, and we'll put the money in bank. Okay, so I'll come back to this column because there is something tricky if there's more than one transaction for the day. If there's only one transaction for the day, the amount that you put into your till will be the same as the amount that you take out of your till at the end of the day and you put into your bank. However, if you've got more than one transaction for the day, then you will put everything in your till throughout the day, and then you will put the total in bank. But you will see as we go through this exercise. Luckily, there is a little bit of an example of that. And then what's important is every single amount of money that we have received will go to our bank, and it will have to go to some of the other columns. So here, after bank onwards, is where we specify what we received the money for. And now you will remember with the work that we've done last week, is we always have an account that is affected along with bank when we received money. Okay, and then every CRJ will have specific columns. In this case, we have a current income column. So if we receive money for services that we have rendered, we will put the money into the bank column, well, analysis of receipts column, our till, cash it up, put it into bank, and put it in the current income column. If we receive money for something that doesn't have a column, for example, the owner contributes money to the business as capital, then we can't put it in current income because it's not what we received the money for. Then we've got this account section called sundry accounts. So sundry just means other or random accounts that do not have columns. And then we will write capital here. But it will all make more sense as we go along. And then right at the end of the month, we will total our bank column and all of the columns with amounts in after that. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to direct you to exercise 8 in your textbook that looks like this, and we're going to go through it. It says, Ntombi Dlamini is the proud owner of an informal business. She washes windows in a neighborhood. In other words, she delivers a service. Ntombi also does other little jobs for extra income. So every single little job that she does, for example, cleaning a car or driving kids around or whatever, will also earn her some money, and all of them will be services. So the main source of income for Ntombi Dlamini is current income, because that's the income account associated with rendering services. Now, Ntombi issues receipts to prove her income. Okay, so we know that she works with receipts, and we will use those receipts to record the transactions in the cash receipts journal. Then it says what we need to do. It says enter the cash receipts in the cash receipts journal of Ntombi's services. These are the duplicate receipts. Remember, Ntombi will keep the duplicates. She will issue the originals to her customers. In her receipt book for July, this is a mistake, must say June 2006. And remember to bank daily. Okay, so you'll see what that means. And then I want you to ignore this accounting equation thing. We're not going to do the accounting equations while we do the CRJs, because you will see the format is a little bit weird. Okay, so let's look at the first receipt. It says, I know you can't see very clearly here, but if you've got your textbook with you, you would be able to see it more clearly. Okay, so the date of the receipt was the 2nd of June 2006. We received it from B. Bucky. Okay, B. Bucky. And the amount was 85 Rand. I wish you could see clearer here. It's in payment of window cleaning. Okay, so we know we received money for cleaning windows, and Ntombi signed it. Then you will see there's a little number here at the bottom. That number refers to the receipt number. Okay, so if we take this transaction and we enter it into the CRJ, it will look like this. Okay, so we will say the receipt number was receipt number 41. That was seen at the bottom there. Then the date of this transaction was the 2nd of June 2006, but you don't have to write June 2006 because it says it there at the top. The details, remember in this column we write the person's name that paid us is B. Bucky. Okay, now we received 85 Rand from B. Bucky, and we will put it in our till. I'm going to type till here so that you know that I refer to this column as your till. You will notice if you go back to your receipts that the next receipt was for the 3rd of June 2006. So this is the only receipt or the only money that we have received on the 2nd. Therefore, at the end of the 2nd, we will cash up our till, and we actually draw a line with our ruler right at the bottom of this 85 to show that we are cashing up our till and we are putting the money, the 85 Rand, in our bank. Okay, and then after bank, we're not done. We have to specify what we received the money for. We rendered a service by cleaning windows, and therefore the money was received for current income, 85 Rand. Okay, so just a tip, if there's only one transaction for the day, then the amount in analysis of receipts and in bank will be the same amount. And then that amount must also go somewhere else, depending on what we received the money for. Then the next transaction, let's look at the next receipt, was on the 3rd of June 2006 from P. Pumzile. We received 85 Rand for window cleaning, and it's receipt number 42. But I want you to just be careful here. Look, we also received money on the 3rd of June from Z. Zuma, 85 Rand for window cleaning, and it was receipt number 43. Okay, so how this will affect the CRJ is when we record that transaction on receipt number 42, we will write the receipt number 42. The date was the 3rd. The customer's name was P. Pumzile. we will put the money in our till, the 85 Rand, but we do not put it in bank yet because we haven't finished the day. There's still another transaction on that day, so we can't cash up our till. And you will notice that I haven't drawn a line here under the 85. Okay, so there's no line because we're not cashing up yet. But I have to specify what P. Pumzile paid the business for, and she actually paid for a service, which was window cleaning. Therefore, 85 Rand goes to current income. Then the next customer, Zuma, also paid us on the 3rd. Okay, so we issued receipt number 43 to Zuma. It's important, even though they're on the same date, they have different source documents or different receipts because it's different customers. Because it's still on the 3rd, we don't write 3 again. The fact that this block is a blank block indicates that it's still on the same day as the previous transaction. If you really want to, if you're a perfectionist and you want to have this very completed, then you can write a 3 there. It's not wrong. Okay. Then the customer was Zuma, who paid us, and Zuma also paid us 85 Rand. But now you can see now the day is finished. So we can cash up our till after the last transaction for the day because the 3rd actually had two transactions in it. Then you draw your line, and the total amount of money that was in your till was 85 Rand plus 85 Rand, which gives us a total of 170 Rand that we will put into the bank for that day. Okay, and then you have to say, what did Zuma pay us for delivering a service, which was window cleaning, so 85 Rand goes to current income. Very important. Sometimes you get confused and you want to write 170 here, but you shouldn't. The amount that goes to current income must be the same amount that you've put into your till for this transaction or the amount that was written on the receipt. Okay, then the next receipt here, receipt number 44, was on the 5th of June. It was a receipt from Ndlamini. Now you should have remembered that Ndlamini, Ntombi Dlamini, is the owner of our business. She paid 500 Rand for capital. Okay, and it was receipt number 44. So what would happen here is you'll write that it's receipt number 44. It's on the 5th. It's from Ndlamini, who is the owner, but you can't write owner, you must write Ndlamini. She paid us 500 Rand that would go to our till, and it's the only transaction for the day, so you will cash up your till and you will put it in bank. But she didn't pay us for current income. Okay, she actually paid capital into the business. So we can't put it in the current income column because that's not what we received money for. We didn't render a service. Therefore, we have to use the sundry accounts section. And we will indicate here that we have received 500 Rand for capital. So the amount that we have received is 500 Rand and we have received it for capital. Okay, so I hope you've learned something here. If we didn't receive money for current income, don't write it in the current income column. We write it in sundry accounts and we have to specify what we have received it for in the details column. Then the next transaction was receipt number 45 on the 7th of June from Z Zinclair. I know you can't really see there, but it's Z Zinclair, 20 Rand for a car wash. Okay, so it will look like this in the CRJ. It's receipt number 45. On the 7th from Z Sinclair, we received 20 Rand from her or him. It's the only transaction for the day, so we can cash up, draw that line, put it in bank, and we received it for cleaning a car, which is seen as a service, therefore it goes to current income. Okay, then the next transaction was receipt number 46. It's this one. It's on the 13th of June. We received money from S. Skosana. I know you can't really see there. It's 85 Rand for window cleaning, so in the CRJ it will look like this. It's receipt number 46 on the 13th. The person that paid us is S. Skosana. We received 85 Rand that we put into our till, but it's the only transaction for the day, so we can draw our line and put it in bank. And we received it for window cleaning, so it's current income. Why current income? Because we rendered a service. Then the next transaction, it's this one here, receipt number 46 on the 24th of June from Y. Peters, 50 Rand for babysitting. Now, even though babysitting is not Ntombi Dlamini's primary service, she's still rendering a service, so the money will still count as current income. and it will look like this. Receipt number 47 on the 24th, received from Y Peters. 50 Rand, it's the only money that we've received for the day, so we can draw the line, cash up our till and put it in bank, and babysitting counts as a service, so it's current income. Then the last two transactions happened on the 29th of June. F. Fikile paid us 85 Rand for window cleaning, receipt number 48. So it will look like this. It's receipt number 48 on the 29th. F. Fikile, he paid us 85 Rand, but it's the only transaction for the day. So you can draw your line, cash up, put the money in bank, and window cleaning counts as a service. And then lastly, right at the end, on the 30th of June, Zuma paid us 20 Rand for cleaning her car or his car. We issued receipt number 49. Okay, so you will say receipt number 49. On the 30th, Zuma paid us 85 Rand. I'm lying, 20 Rand for cleaning his or her car. It's the only transaction for the day, so we can put the money in bank, and we received it for a service, so it goes to current income. Please don't think that you are done. You just want to total the columns. We never total the analysis of receipts column. You will see that this block is black. Okay, why? Because all of the money from our till would have eventually been banked at the end of each day. So we don't total our till. There shouldn't be any money in our till at the end of the month. Okay, so the first column that we total is our bank column. And because every amount goes to bank and somewhere else, you will see when you total your current income column and your sundry accounts column, when you add these two amounts together, okay, it should equal the value in bank, because it says this is the total amount of money we received from customers this month. We received 515 Rand thereof for rendering services, and another 500 Rand was received from our owner as capital.